up to another good morning. Time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all
Welcome back to the 3x5 Life
podcast.
I started
You
quick.
started too quick. I just sat down.
I know. So, last week we chatted about
The power of words.
the power of words.
And the stories we tell ourselves.
Yes. So, in the last week, I've tried to improve my words a little. How about you?
I'm working on it. Definitely working on it. My energy is still super low, but I'm not telling myself that. I'm telling myself that I feel energized and enthused and ready to start the day.
So, as you are listening to this right now, it's Thursday morning, potentially, unless you listen to it later. But when this releases, I will be on day 4 of 6 of the TransRockies Ultramarathon.
And I will have just joined you.
You
I'm
will.
joining him on day 3, which is amazing because I got an email from the race director that basically said that there's no direct access to the mountaintop where I'm meeting Bryan. I'm flying into Denver by myself, and then I have to, without GPS because there's no cell phone service, find Bryan on the top of a mountain.
Ooh, well, hopefully you downloaded downloaded the map, the Google map.
Yes, that's on my to-do.
Yes.
so hopefully I'm not still wandering the mountains looking for Bryan
your
on the top of a mountain.
Your future self that's happening right now. So it's a 6-day stage race. It starts Monday, what's the date? 2nd, I believe?
Yeah, August 2nd.
Yeah, and it's 120 miles, and it's 20,000 feet of elevation gain. So every day you do a stage of the race, and then you camp out at night. They have everything set up for you. So hopefully I'm not in the complete suffer fest mode right now. Day 4. Day 4, I feel like it's going to kick in. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Day 1, 2, 3 might be a little tough.
And then I'm going to be there to cheer you on.
That's
and I'm
right.
a really, really good cheerleader.
That's right. So the point of this podcast is the why. You know, kind of why did I sign up for this? Why we do hard things a little bit. And I heard Jessie Itzler talk, for you Jessie Itzler fans out there, a ways back, and as part of his big, I guess I'm allowed to say it, ass calendar club that he has, which is called a Misogi. So it's basically one defining activity, or one activity defines your year. You know, one big thing you put on your calendar that's going to really be like, oh, in 2021 I did this, which would be the TransRockies. And just having that thing that you kind of train for, or that leads up to, it could be like a big art exhibit. It doesn't have to be necessarily like an endurance activity, but something that defines each year. And that's kind of what drives me to just kind of have one big race every year that pushes me. And the byproduct of a lot of these races is it's the person you become along the journey, like I've spoken about so many times. You know, the training and the discipline that's enforced through going after these big accomplishments.
I like that you said that it doesn't have to be something that's endurance based. But I like that, like, it's that, like, you know, big audacious goal, right? That you're trying to create for yourself. And it could be something like career related, like you're looking to, you know, change positions or change a career or accomplish something within your job. But I think if you align it to your passions or your purpose, and you pick something that like is supporting that pillar for you once a year, I think then, yeah, if you're looking forward to it, you're starting to do those baby steps or little like ladders, which for you is training.
Yep.
But for something else could be those small steps that are chiseling away to get to that big audacious goal.
Yeah. And the career change, whatever, that's going to put you outside your comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I am, as we're recording this, I'm petrified of what's going to be happening a week from now. And I'm almost 40 years old, and just to still have those feelings, to have those butterflies, not to be complacent walking through life, you know, does make you feel alive. So that's, oh man, jeez. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Are you getting nervous?
A little.
Bryan does a really good job of distracting himself completely. Like, hasn't looked at race reports, hasn't like really dug into any of the information about the race, and literally we're like less than a week out. So I'm trying to push him to kind of change his mindset. He's been trying to focus on anything else, like hours of yard work. I mean, like, you name it. But
stop giving away my secrets.
I know, but I think it's because you like to be like pleasantly surprised.
I
Like
do.
you don't want to like overly prepare.
I do.
Which I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I have some friends that know more about the race than I do.
Yeah,
they're
they're
asking
like-
me questions. If you're listening, Jeff, that's you. I'm talking about you.
But I'm a researcher, so I'm gonna handle it. I will be his mountaintop assistant for 3 days.
But so this
podcast is going.
It's going nowhere. But the thing I wanted to talk about today though was really the idea of the Misogi, of the 1 year defining activity. For me, this is it's like a present topic because a week from now I'm going to be at this race, and I think it's really important to have that big thing on your calendar every single year that's going to define the year for you, and that you can look forward to, and it can be a building process. Going back to like the art example again, if it's a big art show that's in July, you're building up your pieces, throughout those 6, 7, 8 months leading up to that art show. You're starting to put together your portfolio of pieces. So it's been huge for me over the years of just having that defining activity every year.
I want you to talk about, just because it's something that I think is interesting, and I've mentioned it before, but you have a goal each quarter, right? Of picking an activity where you call it like, I want to suffer.
Yes.
And like, to me, that sounds horrible.
We are opposites.
Yes. Like, I'm like, I never really feel like I want to sign myself up to suffer, but I think it's important for you to explain like what that means to you and why you like get excited about it. And even like, this is like self-motivated and self-driven because, I remember over COVID, over quarantine, when your 50 miler got canceled. Like, instead of just being like, I feel like if my 50 miler got canceled, I'd be like, oh man, like, I mean, like
pass me the margarita.
Yes. His 50 miler gets canceled and he does a solo 50-mile run just so that he can hit like that goal or that accomplishment. And, you say like, I feel like better when I suffer once a quarter. So I thought maybe you could explain that mindset a little bit.
Well, I think, most people listening to this are in America and, no matter where you are on the social, economical, I mean, we're blessed. And, life can be easy. And it's a good way for me to stay humble and remind myself that life is easy. So when I'm out there miserable in like a really, really tough training run or race or whatever it is, if I don't have anything like a big race in a quarter, I'll pick a date on the calendar and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to do, 6 hours of hill repeats or whatever it is. And I feel like it makes me feel alive. Like I come back from that and I'm proud of myself. Going back to last week's, it helps with self-talk, but it also helps me appreciate the little things that I have, like running water, like just being a couch that I can sit on afterwards.
Oh yeah, because you sit on the couch.
Well, it still looks nice. So it helps me appreciate the little things in life. So that's why I try to have a tradition of once a quarter doing something that is difficult. And you getting comfortable with being uncomfortable helps you in all aspects of life. If you walk into a conversation with your boss where you're going to ask for that raise, it makes you feel more confident because you're doing uncomfortable things, So I really think it translates into a lot of different areas. So
I mean, and that ties so the reason why I wanted you to have that perspective is because obviously we're not telling you to go pick something that makes you quote unquote suffer, because there's different, there's different spectrums of what you can choose to do. But we talk a lot about taking those risks and asking those questions, and exactly what you just said. You'll never ever get the result you want if you don't put yourself out there and try something.
Yes.
So putting something on the calendar that you're going to work towards, right? That's like a bigger thing, is really important because it pushes you to grow. It pushes you to make those changes. And, if you're looking for that raise or that step up or whatever, if you don't ask the questions or put yourself out there in front of your boss or whoever, you'll never know if it could have actually come to fruition.
Exactly. That's great. That's a great point. It creates that growth edge. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that could be like a 5K. You finish that 5K, it just creates that growth edge. Mm-hmm. It gives you a little confidence to go talk to your boss or whatever thing that you're dealing with in life.
Absolutely.
So.
All
right. Well, so hopefully I'm alive.
And I've made it to the mountain. I'm going to try to give some live updates.
Maybe
if
on
I have
Instagram.
cell phone service,
Yeah.
they keep saying the cell phone service is spotty, but I'm going to try to figure out a way to give some updates on Bryan, what he's doing. Maybe I'll do some
Instagram live.
No, I was going to say reporting.
Oh.
Reporting live. From the TransRockies. Have a great week.
See ya.
We'll
Bye,
see you.
guys.
Bye.
Hello world, wake me up to another good